What's going on now, Soul Tribe? I've been in hermit mode. The ancient ones brought a lot of things to my attention. And when it's time for me to reveal these things, I will. What was brought to my attention in my mind's eye is that we have to pay attention to the signs in creation. As above, so below. What does that mean to you? Understand the importance of that meaning, because it's important that we have to be grounded in our work. You have to be grounded more deeper spiritually. And you can see these signs that's in creation. For any foundation to be laid firm, it has to be like in building a house. It starts with digging the basement, laying the foundation, the ground, laying the foundation out, measurements and being bricked. As must we be mentally, and what our goals and our plans is, and sticking to them spiritually. This is important, because in order for anything to be held down, to be bowed down, to be bound down, is to be what? When you gonna hang something up, what do? You have to nail it in. It has to go in. Anytime that you want to, as a football player, and you in the ground, you can't take tennis shoes on the football field, or let alone if you engaging on the earth. You have to have a specific kind of a shoe. Those cleats are pyramidal. Those shoes that grip the ground is spiked, is pyramidal. It shoots down into the ground. Whenever you in the snow and people are driving around in those apparatus that allow them to drive faster in the snow, they have on these snow machines, whatever you want to call it, I can't remember right now, but see the link? No, I ain't gonna say the link, see the picture. These machines have special cleats that allow it to grip in the snow. You have to be able to allow yourself to dig in more spiritually in the earth within oneself. Listen, you have to be able to dig in deeper within yourself. Nail yourself into the work. Allow yourself to dig in. Allow these spirits, the ancient ones, the netters, to dig into the earth within yourself. Those spikes, those cleats, those nails represent who you are, who we are. Because when you scramble earth up, when you scramble earth, it says what? When you scramble earth, earth scrambles to say heart. You must allow that which you're passionate about to dig within the heart of you. That's why when love, someone a betrayal, it hurts the heart, because your soul is in it. The energy of that which is passion is into it. That emotion is into it. You have to allow yourself to, as above, so below. You see, whenever an organ energy represents a form that is able to transmute or receive a point for energy, our ears shoot up to be able to hear, to be able to receive. Women's breasts and nipples shoot out for the baby to receive. Our nose shoot out depending on what type of race you are, have a different geographic for your exterior to be able to receive. Our body is created for a reason. You have the ground and you have the earth. These signs are here for a reason, because if you remove the G over from ground, you got G round. Anytime you allow yourself to be grounded, you see a lot of societies, a lot of people have the G circled up to identify with the divine, which the G circled up also identify to the G of the nectar that's within you, that's within us all. The G round, which where you get ground from, to be grounded with the divine that's within you. To allow yourself to connect with that which you're trying to connect, you have to be grounded in it. You have to stick yourself in it. That's why in everything in life, when there's passion, it requires a going into. Right? Don't the cleat, don't that pyramid that sticks in the ground, grounds itself. Whenever you was in love, whenever you in love with your partner, the ultimate form of love, devotion, compassion, creation, and tapping in is the intimacy. Is why you hear in the intimacy is in. The phallus going in. The phallus going in. Whenever you G round is why the phallus is round. It's more to the subject matter, because I'm trying to get you to understand that the pyramid is known for its argon energy. It's known as a energy source. Witches who wear witch-like hats have these pointy hats for argon energy. Black represents energy. Black don't necessarily transmute, but it receives energy. It's attracted to dark. Digging yourself in, knowing that you have to be grounded in what you do. If it requires you to do that work, being naked within yourself and exterior naked, because nothing is clothed is entered into the ground with clothing. That which is an item, that which is grounded, enter into the ground. A nail is not clothed when it go on the ground. A tack is not clothed when it's centered in. A brick is not clothed when it's bricked in the ground of the basement to be built up. It starts from the below. As above, so below. So whichever works best for you, but you have to be grounded in order to tap into G round, the G within us all, the divine within us all, and the earth. We walk on the earth. You see, you can only walk on slippers so long before you wear and tear the bottom of those slippers. Your feet is meant to be grounded. This is why in the science of shoe, you have in the word shoe is also the ancient word for SHU. In the word shoe also has a soul. The soul is not top. The soul is at the bottom. You see? The soul is at the bottom. And the heel represents a healing where one is connected to the soul. This L. The soul and the heel. All in one. The soul and the heel. All in one. And it's a beautiful feeling when you connect, and that which slide within you, it's a perfect fit. It gives a healing within yourself, within your body. You have to be able to step outside of the norm. You see? And understand something. Whenever you're able to step outside of the old and enter to the new, you will understand that you're not barbarians anymore in a cave. To those who follow that concept, You're not walking around in a world barefooted, but you adapt to change. Just as the change didn't happen to the mindset of people who believe the concept of a religious dogma that says you have to be married. Where'd that come from? The Old Testament, nowhere does it state in the Old Testament, define it to me, show it to me, deviate from the topic because we're meant to be discussing. Where is it in the Old Testament where it say that they were married?
Genesis 24, the story of Isaac and Rebekah, which some say is an example of a couple married solely by sexual intercourse, but with a formal process that led up to the marriage. But understand, that's their words added on to what they assume it is. But what actually has always been, it was a bond, a commitment by intercourse. This is why goddesses and queens, your portal, your vajayjay is holy and sacred, only meant for the one in whom you wish to have that commitment with, long lasting.
Said into Onan, go into thy brother's wife and marry her and raise up seed to thy brother. Now keep in mind, Judah didn't say marry her then go into her. Judah said go into her, which means to be intimate with her. The intimacy seals the contract as likened to marriage, but the word marriage is being used. We didn't have that in ancient time. The words was different. That is American word. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass that when he went unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. So instead of ejaculating into her, he ejaculated on the ground. Now, I want to go down to 15. Because now, when Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot because she had covered her face. And he turned to her by the way and said, go to, pray thee, let me come in unto thee. Right? And she said, what wilt thou give me that thou mayest come into me? He said, I will send thee a kid, which means a goat from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge should I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelet and thy staff that is in thy hand. And he gave it her and came into her, and she conceived by him. You see, the commitment is given when the oath is given by word, and the intercourse is entering into intimacy, a contract. Anything outside of this old law has been man-made. This is why the womb of a woman is sacred.
You will hear that the daughters was given to a man as their spouse or their significant other. Nowhere does it mentions in the Old Testament as far as being married. The New Testament came in and switched things up. Westernization, minds, a man's mind came in and capitalized on the capitalism because you got to pay for a certificate. And everything within that is connection to that everything with that partner is connected to the other partner financially. Everything is in one, everything dealing with finances. And other places outside the United States, they might agree, well, listen, I give you 10 cows, 10 sheeps for marriage. That's how that's done. But far as a ceremony and things of that there nature, where it's documented and all that other stuff is way different than how it's grounded and how things was in the East. Because it is the East that give light to things over here in the West. But the West has switched things up. Because now the West gets you W and the E make E, which forms the word we, and now everybody is conformed to them ways. I follow my concept. And the net wants me to teach you that whatever works best for you, you do. And understand that we are connected to the divine. The earth, we are connected to the earth. We are connected to the ground. This is why when we walk in an L shape. Your feet is a L. When your feet all the way on up to your leg is a L. You walk on L's. Your arm, look at your arm. The arm is nothing more than a L in itself, or a 7 in itself. 2 7s on the ground. 2 7 grounded in the earth. 2 7 represent 14. That 1 and that 4 again. 1 and 4 is 5. Understand something. Your arms represent a L because the elbow, the arm, then the elbow shoots up into a L, or a 7. 7 and 7. 14 again. Each side, 14. 1 and 4 give you 5. 5 and 5. The creation, we was created with the 5 and 5 that represent 10. The masculine and the feminine rotating together. The G round, the G. The gamma that's inside that egg, that birth canal. Giving birth to deep ideas within oneself. Tap in. Get grounded. Those that's in the spiritual, the alchemy community, start doing the work naked. Without clothes in their clothes. Tap more into the ground. Be grounded. Because the only thing that's dead that's in the earth that's closed is dead people. But anytime that you are copper, you are melon. You are tapping in, you are being grounded within the earth. Tapping into that which is in your heart. Rotating that which within you to these realms, seen and unseen. When you enter into the veil, you don't see it. You don't see what's in the ocean until you cross into the water. When you go into the depth of it, that's why depth is also, it sound like death. The depth of the sea, you have to tap to the depth of the sea within you. Women and men, let's go, let's turn it up. Do more, learn more. Step outside to what you was taught and step into something new. Hotep, 1.